My mom loves sarees. My mom absolutely loves sarees. My mom is not a saree collector. She's a saree connoisseur. She has such a huge saree collection, so many sarees. In my house, we have 21 cupboards. 21 cupboards. 19 cupboards are my mom's sarees. 19 cupboards. All mine and my dad's clothes put together fit into the shoe rack. The remaining two cupboards, the 19th and the 20th and the 21st cupboard, are just for the other paraphernalia of the sarees, like the blouses, the petticoats and all those things. Huge number of sarees. And typically you guys, when you're bored, you scroll Netflix and Amazon Prime. My mom browses through her sarees. She's just like bored, she just opens all the cupboards, takes out some of the sarees, spreads them on the bed and everywhere, and she starts mixing and matching the various combinations and all. And some sarees are at the back of the cupboards. They have not seen light since at least a decade. So they are brought back into circulation. And the current set of sarees will go back to the back of the cupboard. That's why my mom has not let go of any of the 2,000 rupee notes. She's holding on to them because she believes that at some point when Madam Nirmala will change her saree circulation, right? All the old notes will come back into circulation. It's all there. She's all planned it out. And typically what happens in typical South Indian culture, right? Many of these sarees are not actually purchased. They're gifted for various occasions. And my mom is so good with this. You can wake her up in the middle of the night and dangle any saree in front of her and ask her, who gave this saree? She will exactly tell you who gave this saree, for which occasion, and on which date. Absolutely perfect memory account of any saree. And sometimes, typically, many of these sarees are gifted for small occasions. They don't give a nice saree. Just give a simple saree, knowing that you will gift it to somebody else or just don't use it. But my mom will not let go of it that easily. If you give my mom a bad saree, she's going to hold on to it. She's going to hold on to it with dear life. And next time there's some function in your house, she's going to come wearing that saree. And when all the other relatives will complain, why are you wearing this bad saree? This is what they gave last time. So before you give a gift, check the return gift. Everything. She's so good with these sarees. My parents' wedding album is in black and white. As a kid, I was always curious. I used to open their wedding album and I used to randomly point her out some relative. Who is this person? And my mom, she will remember the relative and she will tell me how they are related to us. And in that black and white photo, she'll also tell the color of the saree that lady is wearing. Like, when it comes to sarees, my mom is the opposite of colorblind. She'll see colors where there are none. And my dad, he can't remember the color of the clothes he was wearing at his own wedding. They're very good with sarees, guys. And guys, all the guys here, you tell me, have you ever faced this situation where you're sitting at home just doing nothing, having a nice time. Suddenly, the women in your life, it could be your mom, it could be your sister, it could be your partner, it could be your girlfriend, suddenly start shouting at you, scolding you for something random you did a long time back, which you have totally forgotten. It has happened, and you're wondering why. Why are they scolding me now? I'll tell you, I discovered the reasons for this. See, Indian women have a lot of things to deal with. They deal with 100 problems on a daily basis. And even if you do something they're irritated by, right? Sometimes they don't have the bandwidth to scold you at that moment. They're just too busy, man. The Indian women work so hard, right? They're overwhelmed with all the things. So sometimes they just don't have the time to react to you. But it is never forgotten. It is stored somewhere in the recesses of the sari. So whenever they're wearing the sari, right, that all the things that happened with that sari is stored in that sari, because sari is part of their body. It's part of their entire neural network. It's completely entwined with the sari. Next time they're wearing the same sari, all the memories attached to that sari come back. And if you have done something wrong when they're wearing that sari, they will start scolding you for that. Why did you come late that day? I call it sari mnemonics. Highly strong, man. Highly strong. So you should be careful if you want to do something that will irritate the women. Be careful. Do it on a day when they are wearing a sari which they will not wear regularly. One of those rare saris, right? Special saris. But again, we are very bad with judging which is a good sari, which is an important sari. Because we have no idea. We have no idea about these saris. Sari, I tell you, I learned it the hard way. One day, I was at home trying to help my mom in the kitchen. And by mistake, I spilled hot ghee on my mom's silk sari. That's it. I knew that was it. Like, I knew my life was ending that day. I agreed. I made my peace with my ending. I understand this is a capital punishment offense. This is my last day. Life well lived. I can die with this. And I thought it's over. My mom is going to just go berserk. I'm finished. But my mom surprisingly did not react like the way I assumed she will. She said, okay, oh, sorry. Like, you did not get hurt, right? You did not get burnt. You go change. I'll also go and change. And the sari is completely spoiled. Like, hot ghee on a silk sari. It cannot be, done anything with it. So then she came. I was surprised. Why did she react like this? That's a silk sari. I thought I'm going to be killed. And then slowly I thought, okay, the lucky escape for me. Probably she's dealing with other things in life. But then a few weeks later, we were at the dining table. We were eating dinner. And I was trying to take the curry. By mistake, I spilled water on her cotton sari. Water on her cotton sari. She went thermonuclear. She started shouting at me, abusing me, questioning every single decision of my life. You useless fellow, idiot. I'm like, what is this? What is this oversized reaction for water on a cotton sari, which will dry out in South Indian weather by the time we finish our dinner? Their ghee swelled on a silk sari and no response. Then later I realized the difference between these two responses, okay? Because the water on the cotton sari was gifted by her mother. And the ghee silk sari was gifted by the mother-in-law. Completely different, man. That's a completely different equation. And women love saris. All the women here, how many of you like saris? Give me a cheer. Nicely cheering, but nobody's wearing a sari. Because see, women, it's not about wearing the sari only, okay? Something about saris just like the emotion comes out. They love sari shopping. Sari shopping is, especially Indian women, they absolutely love sari shopping. And sari shopping is very unique. Guys never understand the uniqueness of sari shopping because sari doesn't have a size. It's not like, you don't need a changing room for a sari. To buying a sari. If there is a changing room is required for a sari, no woman will be buying the second sari because the first sari is still being tested. And that's why, because all saris are pretty much the 6 yards or 9 yards scale, right? Like, so saris can be sold anywhere. They can be sold anywhere. By a small trader on a cycle going door to door selling saris, a small shop in the neighborhood selling saris, or a big mall having a sari shop, or a huge fancy sari shop which is like looks like a temple or something from outside. Every kind of sari shop. But if you notice, you go to any of these sari shops, the people selling the sari is always a guy. It's always a sales guy selling a sari. Have you guessed why? It's not like us, okay? We buy anything a girl is selling. But women are not like that. I'll tell you the reason, okay? Typically, I did some research. Most of the women, right, when they're buying a sari, to buy one sari, they have to check at least 80 to 120 saris. They'll take the sari, open it, check it like this, and then throw it away. Then check it like this. And this guy patiently takes that discarded sari, folds it properly, and keeps it to the side. And that is what is exciting for the Indian women. A guy patiently folding the sari. Because this is something they never get to see at home. Never ever get to see at home. Is there any guy here who tried to help the women in your life by folding a sari? Not a single person. You have no idea how much happiness they will get out of it. But by your effort of trying to fold a sari. It's not like what's the result of it. Because no matter how you fold, they will. I do that. I fold. They'll say thank you. Take it, and in front of you they will refold it. In front of you they refold it. Because we are just not equipped to fold a sari correctly. Very few men, like probably 0.03% of men across all men, have the dexterity to fold a sari properly. They are discovered at childhood only. The moment they are discovered, they are put in sari shops. Like, this is your job, man. Like, rocket scientists and all other people can become. This is a very important job you have to do for society. And these people, and it's not easy for us, it's impossible. For normal men, we can't fold a sari, man. Because sari is a huge thing, okay? Have long hands, okay? Even I can't manage a sari. Because to fold a sari, right, I have to tie it one side to the curtain rod, bring it to the other end, and then bring it back to this end. And after 2-3 folds, I'll get it to a manageable distance. And then get to 2 ends on both sides, right? Then I'll put the middle end under my chin. And like this, and slowly try to get both the ends to come together. And just as I'm getting to try to get these 2 ends together, it drops from me. Completely missed it. That is why women are attracted to guys who have a strong jaw and a sharp chin. Because they feel, okay, this guy can fold a sari. That is why Hrithik Roshan is hot, because he has a strong jaw and also extra fingers.